I was moved by her. The way she put all her faith in her clients. That pure, sweet heart of hers. That's why I could never forgive Dahlia Hawthorne. Mia and I thoroughly investigated that fake kidnapping incident. Then, one fateful day, Dahlia wanted to meet with me. It had been 6 months since the trial. We met in the courthouse cafeteria. Even I didn't see it coming. Dahlia Hawthorne slipped some poison into my coffee. No official reports ever actually called it a murder. I was just in a deep, deep coma. My body shut down, and my life became nothing but a long, deep sleep. That woman's poison did a real number on my central nervous system. I lost my sight, and all my hair turned white due to the damage it caused. Apparently, it was a miracle that I ever regained consciousness. 5 years had passed since I drank that poison brew. Then, one morning, my eyes flew open from the smell of a doctor's cup of coffee. And the worst possible news was waiting for me. Mia Fey was dead. From the very moment I opened my eyes, I had already lost everything I thought I had. The woman I loved had been murdered. The woman I loathed had been sentenced to death. The woman who had spiked my scalding hot coffee, Dahlia Hawthorne. Ha! Good old Mia. She didn't let me down. She got her revenge before she checked out. In the end, there wasn't anyone waiting for me when I woke up. For someone like me, for someone who had slept away their best days, there were only 2 reasons left to live. It was for those 2 reasons that I decided to become a prosecutor. The first was you, trite. If I hadn't drank that stupid poison, Mia Fey never would have died, much less the way she did. You were the only one who was there to protect her, but you let her die. It was all your fault. I wanted to see for myself what kind of a man you really were. My other reason for living? She goes by the name of Maya Fey. You were the only way I could make up for the sin of not saving Mia. 1 year ago, when the Crane Village incident was resolved, it was obvious that Morgan Fey was planning something. Whatever her evil plan was, I was determined to stop it. My role as a prosecutor put me in the perfect position to do something about her, and I knew that the time was drawing near. Since I knew the plan, I thought I could foil it. My goal was to outwit the plan. I thought if I could do that, I could keep that girl from being caught up in it. Finally, the day of the plan was drawing near. I contacted both of my accomplices, Iris of Hazakura Temple and Misty Fey. I especially needed the help of Iris. She was to take the fall on my backup plan in case we couldn't control Pearl Fey. Officially, Misty was hidden for almost 20 years, yes. You've heard about it, haven't you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government? Even without her official position, Misty Fey still wielded great influence. The police have been keeping an eye on her movements all this time. That's how I was able to contact her. Again, because of my position as a prosecutor. Don't ever forget, no matter how far away from you she was, she never stopped thinking about you. And that's why I knew she would do anything to protect you. If you want to know how strong her resolve to protect you was, look at her staff. The day the plan was to be carried out arrived soon enough. We met for the first time at Hazakura Temple. That's when your mother showed me her special staff. I realized it then, just how far she was willing to go. She was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fey, if necessary. Yes, even if it meant paying the ultimate price. That night, the night of the crime, there was just one way to stop Morgan's evil plan. We had to make sure she didn't channel Dahlia Hawthorne. We thought we could prevent her from playing her part in Morgan's plan, but she never showed up. that was the thing we were most afraid of. And that's why Misty Faye had to do the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body. As master of the Karain, Misty Faye's power was supreme. That's how it went down. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne so the Pearl Fae wouldn't be able to. My role in the plan was to make sure no one was going to hurt Maya Faye. That's why I hid myself at the Inner Temple, just in case you needed to be saved from Dahlia Hawthorne. I never liked you, Trite. 6 years ago, you helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her bottle of poison. And then, while I was sleeping, you let Mia die. But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. I could never forgive you. That's what I thought. But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. And the truth is, the only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive was me. I was the one that failed to protect Mia. Me and no one else. And I tried to avert my eyes from the truth, to escape the harshness of reality. I just couldn't face Mia's death head on. So I ran. I hid behind a mask, and I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit. Are you listening, Maya? If I had really wanted to save you, then there's one person that I should have gone and talked to right away. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother, but I closed my eyes to the most important man involved, Mr. Trite himself. Do you know why? The real reason? And I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all. I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia. Nothing more. That's why I let you walk right into a situation that I knew was dangerous. Forgive me. Was it really for Maya's sake? Even I'm not really sure. That night, in the darkness of the garden, when I saw her silhouette, a part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me. It could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. But I still picked up the blade. It was like I was dreaming. I'm not sure exactly what was going on in my mind at that point. Was I really motivated by the pure desire to protect Maya Faye? Or was it something else? Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have been simply a desire for revenge? And now, I don't know anything anymore. I did learn something today, however. I realized that I was the arrogant one. I was just chasing an illusion, a fantasy, the stupid fantasy of defeating you in the courtroom. You were the one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from Mia's death. Instead, you picked up where she left off, as a true defender of the people. In that one moment, I understood everything. I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando. My wound. It's bleeding? Nonsense. Did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist. These must be my tears. Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this very moment. You do well to remember this, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.